The Roger the Wild Child Show is brought to you by our friends at Prism Design Company. Are you looking for a cool new logo for your business? Do you need some graphics for your new website or blog? Our friends at Prism Design are a premier graphics design company that can handle all your needs. You can find Prism Design Company on Facebook or contact them directly at 618-534-4291. All the great graphics on the Roger the Wild Child Show are brought to you by our friends at Prism Design Company. And now, the hottest new celebrity interview show in the universe. It's the Roger the Wild Child Show.
Let's get this party started! Ready, set, go!
On the air everywhere.
It's the Roger the Wild Child Show!
It's time for another exciting edition of the Roger the Wild Child Show with your host, Roger the Wild Child, along with musician, producer, and real estate investor Darren Sheff and former Playboy Playmate cover girl and centerfold Deborah Driggs.
Are you ready?
Let's do this.
Do this.
Starts right now.
It's the Roger the Wild Child Show!
Happy Wednesday, everyone! It is Yeehaw Wednesday, I guess is the best way to call it. How you guys doing? I am Roger the Wild Child. It is time for Country Night here on the show. Along with me is Darren Sheff. What's up, D?
I'm just kidding. What's happening? What's happening, you freaks?
Who's the freak?
I'm the freak, man. God,
You're the freak.
I'm the freak.
Why the hell you
That's
ask your wife, what's up with you?
Like the freaking dude in the back of the bar. He's like smoked too many cigarettes. He doesn't even have like vocal cords to laugh. It's like, I'm doing great.
Sad guy in the corner of the strip club in a ring.
Oh, and of course we got Imogen filling in for Deborah Driggs tonight. She did a great job with our interview last week. We're like, okay, let's bring you back. So,
Yeah.
Imogen, how's it going today?
Swift or Swifts, whatever that is.
Pretty awesome today. I gotta say, I like the introduction as former Playboy Playmate.
Yeah, you look a little different, but hey, maybe from somewhere else you might look the same. I don't know.
If there's something I'm gonna fill in for, that's definitely a title that I will happily step into.
There you go. Yeah, I thought the same thing. Me too. Playboy.
Play dude.
Play dude.
Let's go. Let's take a look at the chat room. Let's say hello.
Where is my chat room? How come I don't see my chat room? Can somebody tell me?
I do not know.
Where the hell is my chat room? Let me see here.
All right, Cliff Hill checking in. Hello, everybody. Emma is here. Don Swartz. Hey, Roger the Wild Child Show fam. Okay, also Monica. Monica is in the chat room.
Let me see. Okay, I'm getting somewhere. Somewhere.
Imogen, Don says hi to you.
Hi, Dawn.
That's okay. Don Swartz. He is like everybody's cheerleader musically in Nashville. He's the guy. Yeah.
Well, that's good to know.
Yeah, he is for everyone. He's the man. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just trying to adjust my screen so I can see what the hell's going on and see my chat at the same time. I got to kind of slide over to it for some reason today. But anyway, it's all good. Right. How are you doing, Roger?
It's a great week. We're getting ready for Halloween, so
you're gonna scare the kids in the bushes.
Exactly. That's exactly what I'm going to do.
Shit out of them.
Yeah. Yeah. Get away from my house.
Get off
my lawn.
Get off my lawn. Come out with the chainsaw. Right. My kid's only Winnie the Pooh. Leave him alone. I'm like, I don't care. I scare them all.
Right.
Let them learn fear now.
Cynthia Renee checking in on YouTube. Thank you. Guys, please share this episode because we have two amazing superstars that are going to be joining us today. Country singers. We got Jessica Lynn and Allie Colleen joining us
I'm Allie Colleen. That's Jessica Lynn below. Nice to meet you guys.
Hey, how you doing, Allie? I've been waiting months to get you booked on my show, and
I've been busy.
I noticed that music's stressing you out. You got a lot of gray going on there.
I do, yeah. I've kind of changed a lot in the last week.
I'm impressed by the spontaneous beard. Definitely a sign of stress. Sign of stress. That beard just comes in overnight. It's tragic. Dear Lord. But you know what? You wear it well.
Yeah.
Well,
this is what my wife gets to see every morning when I wake up. This is
I feel so sorry for
I
her.
do need to get a haircut, man. My lid is getting really out of control. I can't even
his lid. He calls it his lid.
I can't even make it look cool. It's so
we got a trash can. You got a handle on there too. Yeah, you can take it off.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a wig, right? Is it a wig? Yeah.
Yeah, see? Yeah. It's my piece. It's like my hamster's throw rug, too. I just kind of pop it in there.
We got a busy hour ahead of us, so let's just go right into Frankie. Let's get him on here.
Yeah, let's do it.
Frankie, the weatherman. Frankie, the weatherman. Who? Frankie. Who? Frankie.
Ladies and gentlemen, Frankie McDonald.
Yeah, Frankie, tell us all about it, baby. Let's go.
I'm doing great so far. To get severe weather headed for Louisiana in the States and already hit Dallas, Texas, Houston, Texas. That means a severe weather setting for Louisiana. Right now, it's going to head for Alabama, Mississippi. That's going to cause a lot of tornadoes and things like that. It's going to bring lots of tornadoes somewhere in the States. Going on the way with it's going to bring stormy conditions up in Chicago and things like that. A lot of thunderstorms. And they're bringing high winds, heavy rain today and yesterday from Massachusetts, New York. A lot of eastern United States got no power because of so stormy conditions. Brought high winds to Provincetown, Cape Cod, Massachusetts. Bringing a lot of rain to Halifax. We're barely missing a storm in my area right now.
So, Frankie, if there was a tornado, what would there be a notice? Would there be some sort of a sound so people would know?
Do you hear a tornado sound go? Most tornadoes they produce large hail. Extreme meteorologist Reed Tibbert, he better watch out for large hail.
I don't know if that was loud enough for people to hear, though.
Yeah, I didn't hear that tornado. I thought a mouse was crawling around underneath your seat.
Yeah. What if they're a mile away? There we go.
That's our one. Frankie. Frankie, congratulations to you. You have hit 500,000 followers on TikTok.
500,000 followers for me.
Congratulations for you.
I'm doing great. So, and did you hear about that in Australia, in southeastern Australia? They're getting lots of hailstorms this time of the year. This is their hail season, bringing large hail, breaking car windows and things like that.
They need it. What were you going to say, Emoji?
Oh, it'll chase that hail will chase off all of the invasive cane toads. But I want to ask Frankie, how many views are on your top viewed video on TikTok?
9.2 million views.
Wow. Can you tag Wild Child Radio on your TikTok for me?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate it because I.
Good Lord!
Oh my God!
9 million something.
That's insane. That's so incredible.
We were in the We were in the pre-show with our guests, and Allie Colleen. She knew who you were. She's like, "Oh yeah, I know Frank. Yeah, I watch him on YouTube doing that siren sound."
Yeah.
So even other celebs are noticing you, Frankie. You have fans.
Me. Movie stars, music stars, big actors. They're recognizing me.
They are
big time people. The big shots.
What are you gonna do for Halloween?
They're recognizing me.
They should. I mean, you are the talent, man. I mean, come on.
You're the man with the plan, dude.
Yeah, you can't get.
Because I'm coming up with my own ideas and things like that. I came up with my own idea, doing a tornado siren, and like a tornado means the storm chasers better watch out for hail. Hail's their name nemesis.
Because you can't have a helicopter out there in the hail. But if you could, what would that helicopter sound like? That's worth 5 million views right there.
No kidding. Frankie, that is awesome. That is awesome. What's your plans for Halloween?
That means hockey game, Cape Breton Eagles facing against Gatineau Olympias. Quebec Majors in the Hockey League on October 31st at 3 o'clock p.m. Atlantic Standard Time. Eagles, the Cape Breton Eagles facing against Gatineau Olympias at Center to 100 City, Nova Scotia.
Right on.
Amazing.
Man. You got your book there?
Yeah, be prepared.
My book. Be prepared to find out kind of life, weather, and everything.
And you can get it on Amazon or Barnes & Noble and...
Chapters Indigo in Canada, Barnes & Noble in the States. Just ask the sales clerk to order a copy of my book. Just talk to the sales clerk.
Awesome. Anyone. I need Frankie's book. Yeah, we'll help you. Yeah. We already know.
We'll help push you. Don't worry, buddy. Let's see your bobblehead. Get your bobblehead there?
Talk to Frank down bobblehead.
Woo-woo. All right. Woo. Right on,
Here,
dude.
I'll do my impression of Frankie McDonald's bobblehead. Ready?
When I press this button.
All righty.
Produced by National Bobbleheads Hall of Fame, Phil Schuyler. He's the CEO of National Bobbleheads Hall of Fame. He designed Frank Del Bobblehead. I sent him pictures.
Awesome.
Perfect.
Well, Frankie, thank you so much. We will see you after our fall break.
That means fall break. That's Halloween.
Yeah, we're taking Halloween off.
Because little kids will be going trick-or-treating. And big kids will be going trick-or-treating too. Like
and
kids.
I got to go in bushes and scare these little kids.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Frankie. Thank you.
Frankie, the weatherman. Frankie, the weatherman. Who? Frankie. Who? Frankie.
Oh, Frankie.
Man, can you imagine getting 9 million views on a
amazing? I'm lucky to get like one, and if I get two, I get excited.
I know it. It's like, goodness.
Oh my God, 3 people have watched our show. I'm so excited now.
Right.
Yeah.
I know. They're like,
let's keep sharing.
I come from this huge legacy of music, man, and no one gives a shit, man. I love it. And this guy comes out with like the weather and freaking, Driggsy's like this Playboy model, and we're like, what the hell, man? Like, this is great, though. I love it. It's a sign of the times. It's perfect.
Well, we got a jam-packed hour, guys. I mean, we could just chit-chat all day long, but we got some great guests coming on. And so our first guest, she is a country singer, and her name is Jessica Lynn, and she's joining us right now on the stream. Hello, Jessica.
There she is.
Hi, you're on the Roger the Wild Child show.
I'm aware of that.
All right, give it to him. Give it to him,
That's
man.
right.
Yeah, I'm aware of that. I love it. Oh, is that where I am? Wow. I thought I was on Howard Stern here for a minute, or Joe Rogan. No, that's perfect. I love it. That's my girl right there. Give it to him. He needs that, Jessica.
Sorry, I couldn't help it.
That was perfect. That's what this show's all about, man. We're so sarcastic. We poke fun at each other. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
This isn't serious time. But anyway, Roger, he'll have a few more fumbles like that in the show. But go ahead. Anyway.
Just get used to it, okay?
My whole band, we're all New York Italians. So it's like, if you're not making fun of somebody, there's no fun.
That's what's funny about New York, too, is it's like, there are so many different people up there, Irish, you got all kinds of people up there. But for some reason, that stereotypical New York, Italian thing, it's like they think everybody's like, how you doing? Forget about it. Not for nothing. Who knew? Throw in a couple, 2, 3 of those bulls over there for me. We'll just, they think that everybody, it's like, no, people are Irish up there. But I grew up with a bunch of Italians, so I know the tenacity and the love and the let me treat you like family kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then I worked with two New York. One guy was from New York, and this is when I was in Los Angeles, and we're all in the film business. We're all, in the hair business. We're all hairdresser and makeup artists in the film industry. And this one guy was from New York, and the other guy was from like Massachusetts, and they were best friends. And they get together and be like, "Hey, Robert, guess what? I went to the doctor the other day. He told me I had this problem." He's like, "No, that's not your problem." He's like, "Oh, you know more than the doctor then. Is that what you're trying to tell me?" Next thing you know, these guys were at it, and I was like pulling them apart going, "You guys, man," they were my age at the time. They're like 60. And I'm like pulling them apart going, "What's wrong with you?" I was like 23. And they're crying, "Hey, Eddie, I love you. You know that. I didn't mean it the way you took it, And then they went, "Oh, my God." It was like the best education of like, these guys really love each other. They act like they hate each other and they want to kill each other right now, but they love each other. They're crying afterwards, grown men. It was something else. But that's my education of Italian New York. It was perfect. So I thought you all needed to know that. It's just part of the show.
We got Scott from Scotland saying hi to Jessica.
Hey, Scott.
Ooh. Wow, European.
We do a lot of touring in Europe.
Oh, do you?
So it's really nice to see. That's my favorite part about doing these live streams. It's amazing. Don't get me wrong. I really miss being on the road. But to have everybody from your travels kind of in one spot is something really, really cool.
Right.
There's something really special about it.
It's a good way to connect with your community, your audience, and and be able to have that one-on-one medium with them, and so it's important, especially during COVID. That's how like all these streams started coming about, because that was you as an artist trying to keep in touch with your audience. That was the way to do it. People are at home, they're bored, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, Jessica," or Allie or whoever, you're able to play for them, talk to them, and be able to connect with that audience. So, what was your experience during the whole COVID thing?
So this year and last year, we lost in 100 city, 14 country world tour, which was a very heavy hit. And in the beginning, I remember when it got canceled, I was just sad. Like, I didn't know what to do. I didn't know where to turn, how to keep going. And I started live streaming, and I could not believe how many people were tuning in to watch. I mean, for me, live stream, I was like, okay, it's something fun. You sit there. I sometimes had 60,000 to 100,000 people sitting in my living room. Wow. And it blew my mind. And I wound up being a top 40 live streamer of 2020 on Polestar and a top 25 of 2021. Which still I feel is fake. Like, I cannot believe that many people were interested. Incredible. Let me sit right here and do it. But it's the viewership from around the world was what really touched me. Like, I do a piano live stream every week. I did a little bit earlier where I take any and all requests. It's kind of like a piano bar style thing. And I started doing that because after months of live streaming on Facebook and Instagram, it's like, okay, how many times can they hear me play Roadhouse or this or that, my songs? I'm like, I got to switch it up here. So I had the idea to do kind of a piano bar style where people literally would be like, try Somebody to Love by Queen, then try Christina Aguilera, and I have to try it on the spot, like pull up the chords. And
perfect.
How fun is that? Just to be on the spot like that and then just pull it off.
It made me such a better musician and performer, but we've been doing them since the beginning of the pandemic, every Wednesday. And every single week, I mean, there are people in there from England, Scotland, India, Denmark, Belgium, Norway, all over the USA, Brazil. It blows my mind. And they're all friends now, which is like the coolest thing ever to see these people that I met in all these places now, like Facebook friends and hanging out. And it's really, really cool.
Yeah, we definitely, and that's what we found out by doing this show is we've been connecting with different audiences and stuff like that, and then we've built our regular audience here now, and we're growing too. So, just to be able to do that, and it just feels like you're connecting with these people better when you're doing these kind of virtual shows or whatever, or your meet and greets and stuff like that. But you've been on stage with some great artists. I mean, let's talk about Keith Urban, Richard Marx, Montgomery Gentry, Lonestar, Brad Paisley. How did it feel the first time that you were on stage with some of these great musicians?
Very much so pinch me moments. These are people that, I grew up listening to and loving my whole life. And to be playing big festival stages with them or theaters or things like that. I mean, there's so many moments I sat there where just like, is this really happening? Like, is someone going to wake me up? And my best moment, a story I love to tell like that, was Richard Marx is one of my biggest inspirations of all time. Like,
Great 80s artist, yes, and I love Richard Marx.
Songwriter, vocalist, like all around musician. He was always a big inspiration to me, and he was my very first concert when I was 5 years old.
Wow. Okay,
and I was waving to him, me and my little sister in the stands, like, and I remember he saw us and waved up, and it was like the moment of my life. And then fast forward, I got to open for him right before COVID hit, February of 2020. And standing there next to him, like on stage and backstage. And I remember I was doing my set and I looked over to the side and he was standing there in the wings and like went like this. And I swear I felt like that little 5-year-old girl again. Like if I wish I could tell myself, like, if you only knew what was going to happen one day. It was a very full circle moment for me, something I'll always treasure and cherish. And it makes me think about my whole journey,
Did you tell Richard about you being in the audience at 5?
I did. He said he felt very old when I said that.
So what, man? You know what? What a great thing for him to hear too. I mean,
of course.
Yeah, that's incredible.
It was really, and my family is my band actually. So my dad's my bass player, my mom's my
that's cool
singer, and my husband's my lead guitarist. So it was funny for me too to see. I mean, we travel around the world together and get to do a lot of cool things, but it was funny. Not that the professionalism wasn't there on that night, but it was funny to see them be parents, like backstage. Kind of feel like, oh my God, like we were as a family came to see you, type of thing, which was like really cool for us as a.
Well, there's like the parents, whether they're musicians or not, mine are too. And they've had a lot of really big success, but they're always like stage parents, no matter how successful you become as a musician or they are, that's the natural instinct to be stage parents, Things
like that are so exciting, they're like once in a lifetime stuff. Yeah. He said something very funny too. I got to watch his whole show. Like I sat kind of right next to him in the wings. And he said when he got on stage, my husband still teased me about this. He said, yeah, how about that Jessica Lynn? She was really great. So happy to have her here. So you think she has her family playing for her because they're really good or they're really cheap?
Yeah.
Well played.
So what was it? What's the answer to that?
Both.
I see all those guitars and basses in the background there. How many do you have?
Let me guess. I'm going to guess 38. Am I right?
I was going to say that.
Well, I have to say you are correct. What a guess that was.
Wow. And don't ask me how I knew, but
just felt it. You just knew it.
Yeah.
Your intuition.
Yeah. Even though I see only like about 7 or 8 in the photo, I'm just vibing out that there's that many in the room.
I would say in the house there's got to be over 50 at least. I have 5 on the walls in my bedroom alone. I love guitars. I love to. My husband loves to match his tones for the event, and I love to match my outfit. So we have between the two of us a variety of different styles and things.
That's great.
Which one is your go-to for writing? Which one do you write your music on?
That's interesting. I'm a very in the moment type of writer. I'm not really good at sitting down and saying, I'm going to write a song right now. So for me, honestly, I always grab what's closest because I get that strike of inspiration and I don't want to wait on it. So I normally just like grab, but I would have to say that I have a really cool McPherson, which is a carbon fiber acoustic guitar, and which it's virtually indestructible. So I tend to grab that one a lot because it's always in tune. You can leave it literally like 3 weeks and it still sounds perfect because there's no warp or bend or anything. It's not wood. So it's a great touring guitar and a great writing guitar.
Can you play a song for us?
Sure.
Okay.
And actually, I'll show you the carbon fiber.
Perfect.
Sweet. Awesome.
It's,
one of
such a game changer. So
look at that.
Yeah,
I love it.
Wow.
Beautiful.
It looks like that could be a very cool green screen. That's pretty awesome. Get that weird little pattern right there.
Yeah, it's awesome. I mean, really, I don't have to touch it at all.
Before you do your tune, one of the things I was watching some different clips on you, and I was totally impressed because I love the fact that you can be playing a Journey song on piano and then doing some country tune on guitar or piano or whatever. That you're that diverse. But what's great is that I love the fact that you take those requests and you put yourself in that situation to just kind of at least wing it, because too many people, even if they're good, they just take themselves too seriously. And so, to be able to do that and, possibly not do it perfect or whatever and not care. It's all about that excitement and that fun and that thrill. When we used to go out karaoke, to karaoke, we would choose songs for the other guy to sing because everybody's going to try and pick out their best song that they know that they can handle.
Yeah.
So we would just choose some, even though everybody was good singers, you'd throw a song out at somebody like, If by Brad, and they're going, and there's this beautiful falsetto.
I can't believe you said that. Brad's my favorite band.
Yeah. So imagine being a male singer and not really a tenor. And you're like going, yeah, go ahead and try and get into your head voice or falsetto and sing If, and so you try and get your good singers out of their comfort zone. So you pick the songs for them. And those were a blast, man, doing that crazy stuff.
So anyway. You're right, though. It makes you relax, and it's funny because it taught me a lot doing these live streams. Like, I am a Capricorn. I am a type A+++. So for me, doing these streams and getting kind of thrown off the routine has kind of taught me a lot that, you can still be at your best and not be perfect. And that's something it's taken me a lot to learn that. And now every week, before or after I do my piano streams, I just think whatever song I feel like playing and I just try it in the live stream. So for me, like, it kind of just makes me have fun. I always say, like, to the audience, thank you for allowing me to have fun with music again and not worry about the prep or being perfect or anything. Like,
there you go.
Bring me back to being that little kid picking up my guitar and just being excited to like learn something and sing and just have a good time. That's what music should be about,
Right. And if you do it perfect, guess what? They expect it that way every time. So,
It's never going to happen. But that's the scary thing about live streaming too, which also made me much better, is when you're live and you have the band there and you make a little mistake, was it me? Was it him? Who knows?
Cares?
I don't know. This guy's talking. He probably missed it. It's loud in here. Oh, I think it was that guitarist. When you're live and it's just you in dead silence being recorded on the internet for thousands of people to see. Oh my gosh, we're talking about the tragic song.
I love it. I love it that you're going for that. No, it's perfect. I love it. It's great. It's just, you're no diva, man, which is perfect. In order to get somewhere, man, you just got to be able to have that same feeling about music you did when you were learning how to play it, man. Just willing to do whatever, anywhere, grab the closest guitar. We did the same stuff. You listen to our demos we did in the 80s on our old little 8 tracks. We didn't have all the boutique guitars around like we do now, the Andersons, the Tylers, all these great guitars. We just, whatever was sitting in the room, you grabbed. And I'll tell you what, we made great music with that stuff. And it wasn't the best instruments, but boy, we got good sounds and, we made great music with it. So
that's how you use it. In my first television special that went nationwide on PBS, I used a $50 guitar that I got at a tag sale. None of the electronics even worked. I just loved this guitar. It had heart and soul to me. And that's all that matters. You don't need fancy gear or anything like that. It's all about how you use it.
Yeah, it's true.
You? What's your rig? What rig setup do you use when you're streaming?
It depends. When I do my just regular like Facebook stuff, I just use my phone because it's funny. Interestingly enough, the viewership suffers when I have a microphone in front of my face. I learned that over the last several months. I think people, which is why even when I do interviews, I like to just use my phone because I feel like you're not sitting there so formal, you know, like you're just hanging out and talking.
All right, hang on a second. Hang on. Let me move this out of the way then.
Yeah, there you go.
You're screwing everything up here, Roger.
Poor Roger.
The piano live streams, that's a ticketed show, and we have the piano, obviously, so we mic it up, and we use our console and, you know, nice reverb and all that stuff for all those. But mostly I just like to go organic with it and natural, not like put too much effort, you know?
So what song do you want to play for us?
It's been really cold and rainy here today and super gloomy, so I feel like playing something really kind of relaxed and chill for the vibe of tonight.
Reimagined?
I actually wanted to play something off my upcoming record that's coming out next year.
Perfect. Let's do it.
That was a blessing in the pandemic that we got to record my first full-length album, and this is one of my favorite tracks off of it. So, you guys ready?
Yeah.
Ready for it.
Testing. 1, 2, 3. Yes, we're ready.
1, 2. Here we go. It's much too cold to get about these sheets. Lying here with you is feeling like a dream. I'm thinking about just calling it instead, 'cause I can't bear the thought of leaving you in bed. You look so good looking at me as my heart beats in your arms. Can't keep our hands off each other. There ain't no other who'd ever make me feel this way. So let's forget what we're doing and just get it moving. Let's stay in bed all day and love the day away. Your kisses came right from the candy shop. Our legs are twisted up, we're getting all in knots. But I ain't never ever gonna stop, 'cause every inch of you's just looking so damn hot. You look so good looking at me as my heart beats in your arms. Can't keep our hands off each other. There ain't no other who would ever make me feel this way. So let's forget what we're doing and just get it moving. Let's stay in bed all day. Love the day. You drive me wild all the time, and I can't resist any part of it. Can't keep our hands off each other. There ain't no other who'd ever make me feel this way. So let's forget what we're doing and just get it moving. Let's stay in bed all day. Love the day away.
Great.
That was awesome.
And you know what? I know that was about that dog on that couch behind you. Didn't you? I could just feel it. I was like, man, that's such a beautiful song. And lay in bed all day, and I see that cute little like doggy back. I'm thinking, that's the inspiration.
Audrey's the best. She is she was our pandemic project, our foster that never left.
I didn't mean to take away from your song. That was beautiful. Thank you. I'm just goofy.
I'll talk about my dog any day. I'm a huge animal person, and I'm totally obsessed with her. She's like my child. So we.
I love that. I love that percussive thing, on the strings and a little tapping on the body, and I love that, dude. I do that a little bit myself, man. I love it. It's such
I know you're an advocate for animals. You've also been there for the military and stuff like that. Tell us a little bit about that side of you.
Yeah, so for years, I've always just been a very charitable person. Like, I feel like, as cliche as it sounds, when you have a platform, use it. I started performing in like nursing homes and children's hospitals and volunteering and stuff as early as like 13 years old. And I've done a lot with the military, with a lot of different organizations helping our troops and our veterans. And most recently, I've always been a huge animal lover. But Audrey, who you see in the back, who's out cold, she's very bored by my singing, apparently. But I adopted her last year, right as the pandemic was starting. She was just supposed to be a foster. It's actually a really sad story. She was found abandoned, left to die in Texas in an abandoned house. Wow. And with both of her back legs cut off and a spinal injury. So she's actually a double amputee. She has prosthetic legs, and she wears a diaper because she's incontinent because of whatever they did to her back. So we've had 5 surgeries since we've had her. Unfortunately, we have another one coming up on Monday. It's been quite the journey, but one that has taught me a lot about life and appreciating the little things. And she really is an inspiration. You can go through such terrible things in life and wake up every day. She wakes up ready to tackle the day. And she really did. She got me through the pandemic. There were a lot of times in there I was like, God, like, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to move forward. And I'm looking at her like, if you can do it, after what you've been through, I can do it. And so I wound up getting very involved with the rescue community through her, as well as an amazing organization called Joey's Paw. Thank you, Teresa and Monica. And they give prosthetic legs and wheelchairs to dogs in need. I did a benefit concert for them this year, and in the month of March, we put 59 dogs in wheelchairs alone from that show.
That's sweet little things. Yeah, I saw Audrey back there actually. When that's. You can't see her right this minute, but I saw her get up and move. So she was getting up and, with those 2 front legs and kind of moving around, and then got back over there. So, I mean, I didn't know that until you said that. So now it's even more incredible, man. It's not like she's just sitting there. I mean, she'll get up and move herself. And
she's an incredible dog, really. Her will to succeed and to live life is really very admirable.
Precious thing. God bless you for taking care of those animals. Really,
Jessica Lynn, you were great. We really enjoyed having you on the show, and you have an amazing, beautiful voice, and your passion for animals and stuff just brings out the beauty of you. And I'm definitely looking forward to your new album.
Thank you so much. I had such a great time with you guys. It was really nice to meet you, and thank you so much for having me. And I'm looking forward to watching Allie.
Oh yeah.
Allie.
Thank you, Jessica.
Thank you
Bye,
so
guys.
much.
Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Have a great night.
You too now.
My goodness, man.
What amazing voice she has. And just
I know that heart, man, for those animals. I know the voice is incredible, but that just took my breath away, man. Just thinking about all that. It's like, wow, thank God there are people out there that handle that stuff.
Exactly. And she's got so much soul inside her, and it's just,
That doesn't surprise me. She would go to that level, I mean, you hear it in the music, but boy, I'll tell you, see it in those actions is like a whole nother ballgame.
Well, we have another great guest, and let me tell you, she's also got an amazing, beautiful voice. Let's bring her on the screen right now. Please welcome Allie Colleen to the Roger the Wild Child show. Hello, Allie.
Hello. Allie Colleen.
How's it going? I mean, I know how it's going. I've enjoyed watching it from back here.
You're celebrating Christmas already. I love it.
I'm not celebrating anything close to Christmas.
Hallow Christmas. Hallow Christmas. It's like Hallow Christmas or
What are
something.
you talking about this? It's a spooky tree. It's Halloween, you guys.
It's celebrating the
Dare
greatest
talk
day
about
of the year.
Christmas. Halloween deserves this week.
Oh my
It
God.
does.
Halloween is a year-round thing.
Yeah, you
It's
bunch
not
of
just one day.
weirdos that like Christmas. You get to do your thing next week. This is my week.
Right. You can keep your Christmas lights up all year. I'm going to keep my Halloween stuff up all year.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I do. I keep bodies in my yard year round.
Right.
Oh, I love it.
You-
So can I come to your house and be in the bushes to jump and scare all the kids to come
I
grab the
will,
candy?
I will add you to the bodies, my man. Anytime you want.
Nice.
You're not living if your house isn't haunted.
What'd you say?
Yes.
You're not living if your house isn't haunted.
Oh, that's it, man. See?
Haunted. I just got friends. I got friends.
One of the people in the intro of this, Allie, of the intro of the show, she was in the movie Halloween. It was her name Raj? I'm sorry. I'm trying to think of her stage name, Myers.
Judith Myers.
Judith Myers in the original Halloween. She was one of the guests.
Yeah, the sister.
Yes, her name's Sandra. I'm blowing it right now, but we had her on like a few weeks ago, and she was like the original. Yeah, look at Allie's
I'm
face.
obsessed. I'm Michael for Halloween, but I'm all the Michaels. So I'm Michael with like the Michael Jordan jersey and the
Yeah.
Michael Jackson glove and the Michael Phelps medal.
So
and
we had her on here. We had her on the show. We were asking her. I mean, she was like the original.
Yeah.
Like one.
Sandy Johnson. Yeah.
Sandy Johnson.
You're calling her the original as if sweet Jamie hasn't been in almost every single one of them.
Well, that's true. That's
you know
true
what I mean?
too.
Like, Jamie Curtis, if you're gonna talk about the original, like the sister died in the first movie. She didn't have any other ones to be in.
Yeah.
Well,
Jamie Lee is the girl.
Well,
Jamie
that's true.
Lee, yes, she is
No one
definitely.
can.
In all
No
of
one
them.
can.
Like, that's so sick.
Yeah, but Sandra Johnson, I mean, she just travels the world doing
That's so
like interviews still to this day, man. And she's like, it was fun talking to her. I'm like, are you afraid of like, spook houses and stuff? She's like, yeah, I am. She said the thing that got her the gig doing that was she was reading her lines and they finally just went, give us your best scream, like, insane scream. And she did. And they went, you got the part. Great. Anyway.
So about Allie, you started performing when you were like 14 years old. Okay. Tell us how that all began.
I think probably one of my first like public performances that didn't have anything to do with like school or something was just like the anthem in a rodeo. I grew up in Oklahoma. And my Aunt Nettie got me my first little anthem, and so I did the rodeo and things like that. But really, I got my first job singing at 16, and I just played at the barbecue shop that I worked at. That I waitressed at. So I waitressed during the week, and then I played on the weekends by myself, just me and my guitar. I played 3 hours every Friday and Saturday night, and it was amazing. I got paid in barbecue, and then after a while, I got actually paid. It was awesome.
Nice.
It was really cool. So I did that in my hometown, and then I moved to Nashville to go to college for music, and just have been playing music since then.
You know where I saw you the first time playing? With your sweet friend, and I love her to pieces, which is Carly Rogers. And I saw you guys at one of Dawn's gigs down at Samari Plantation. You guys were standing on a flat 16. Remember? Yeah.
Oh, we played on a flatbed.
Yeah, that flatbed, man. And I was like going, oh my God, look at these guys, man. And I had already known Carly, I'd met her like a couple of years before that. But what a fun thing that was at Dawn Schwartz put together.
That was a really special night. That was a really special night for us, too, because I got to meet Joe and Martina that night, who's a duo in town from California. And Joe then became my producer. So I got to meet them that night. And Carly's my best friend. Her birthday's tomorrow. Happy birthday, Carly.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Carly.
Happy birthday, Carly.
Carly's awesome.
We are Halloweening all weekend together. We got a lot of stuff going on this weekend.
Yeah.
That was a fun one for me.
So I remember that couple. They're married and they are a duo, right?
They're amazing. They were in Arabella at the time, and then everyone thought she was Tara and he was a guitar player or something, but it's their county in California, Tara County. So they're just Joe and Martina now as their duo name, but they're amazing.
That's great. But that was the first place that I saw it, and I thought, oh man, check this out. This was great. It was fun. The vibe of that out there was great, wasn't it?
Yeah.
We need more of that stuff. I was telling somebody last week that, it's one thing to just get up on some stage in Nashville and here's the lights but to have something that unique and different and cool, it was like, wow, man, but then again, that's Don. He'll put a show on out in the middle of, freaking hailstorm, man, if he needs to, Anyway.
That man is always working and always doing something, isn't he?
Yep.
Definitely. So, Allie, I mean, Don's the one
I don't know. Don booked Carly, to be honest. I don't really know him very well, but
okay.
Yeah, he did great.
Yeah. So, he's always putting something on, and he's the one that introduced me to you, and, like, we got to get Allie on the show, and I'm like, let's do it.
It's been ages, but he's amazing.
Yeah.
So let's talk about your music, your country. Is there other genres that you enjoy playing outside of country?
Honestly, I play everything. We wrote this sick, pop punk alternative song yesterday. It started as like a slow ballad, and then we went and got coffee and came back and we're like, I think this is a punk song. And we just ripped it. I don't know. We just do everything. But I just fell in love with all kinds of music as a kid. I got to write for a pop punk band in high school for a little while. That was really fun. And those kinds of things. But I'm in love with the story aspect of country music. I love stories. I love writing songs that people need to hear, not that they want to hear.
Right.
I really, really love that. I really believe in a lot of the mental processing system coming from songwriting and those kinds of things. So I love that country music has really allowed that platform and that template to tell stories and stories that aren't awesome to tell in any other way, than song kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I noticed in a lot of your music, you have a really strong control of vibrato, to the point that it becomes kind of an instrument separate from your voice. That, I got to say, that's super impressive.
Thank you. I think it's always just been something that's happened really naturally for me in my vocal, but I was writing this week with another artist, a very talented friend of mine. Her name's Angie Kay, and she has a song called Everybody's Sunsets. And I was talking to her about how I wish I could sing that song kind of as straight as she does. All of her words are very straight and very clear, and I'm over here like this the whole time, just doing my thing. But thank you very much for complimenting that. That's very sweet of you. I wish I knew what it was. There's so many people that come to me and they go, whatever that thing is that you do when you sing, I like it. And I'm like, thanks.
It seems extremely intentional. I gotta say, the points in the note changes where it comes in, is really precise to the song, and it quite often lines up it's parallel to the music and it's parallel to the lyrics.
Thank you for noticing that. I think it all comes just from the emotional delivery of it.
Yeah.
So I think that's what times it out so perfect. But I'd be lying to you if I said I knew what I was doing or what was happening. It just happened.
It really gives your songs an almost 3-dimensional quality. Very cool. So whatever you're doing, bottle it, because there's a lot of stuff.
Thank you so much.
Now you have a new.
I'll go ahead. That's what I was going to talk about.
Okay, you have a new song coming out. It's out now. It's called Stones, and you got an album coming out on Black Friday. Did I hear that correct?
Yes.
All right.
So we kind of did a wonky thing this year. Similar to Miss Jessica, I had the opportunity to record my first album during the pandemic and sit down and do that whole process. And so we released it physically in April. So the CDs have been out all year. You can get them from me or my website or whatever the case is. And that's just been really fun to just do the whole CD life. I thought I was going to have to teach kids what to do with them. I didn't think I was going to have to teach their parents where they could still play them. But it's been awesome. Apparently everyone bought a new car last year. They don't have CD players anymore in their cars.
Oh, that's right.
Fine. But we released it all physically at the beginning of the year and we've been selling it. But it comes out for the first time as a full digitally, on all platforms on Black Friday.
Oh, that's awesome.
So there's a small portion of people that have had it all year and been playing it all year. And then a very large amount of people that are hearing it for the first time.
Are you going to be able to pre-subscribe to it?
Yeah, you can pre-save the album right now. My link on on my bio and my link in bio on my Instagram. We have a bunch of posts on it on Facebook and stuff like that as well. but the pre-save is up. The album is called Stones.
Okay, awesome. Darren,
And
you're
the
going
title track,
to...
which we were talking about, the title track was released. Was that last Friday on the 22nd? Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I think it
last
was.
Friday, Stones came out.
That's when I first heard the song.
Yeah, it's cool. It's fun.
Is it about like gallstones? No, I'm just kidding. Hey, you know, one of the things that that stood out when I was listening to that is that you really took a leap in not only a much more edgier vibe there for yourself with that song, but with the production being a little more raw and loosey, and was great. You know, I kind of liked it for you, and I was like, wow, there she goes. She's getting, you know, you have this catalog of music behind you, beautiful, you know, but here comes Stones, and Stones is pretty damn edgy for you. And it was funny that you're even mentioning punk, because I was sitting there thinking I'd like to hear her even take it a step further than this, because as great as that is, I really envision that. I'm not just joking.
I can rip it, bro. Are you
I was sitting there thinking, no, I'm not. I was sitting there thinking, man.
It's like my candy. But she's more operatically trained than I am. But I mean, yeah, thank you so much for noticing and appreciating Stones. It definitely was, if you're going to listen to it in sequential order, you know, when it comes to the album, that's the first thing I want you to know about me and the album and all of those things, is that I don't give up. I just don't care. You know what I mean? And and you shouldn't either. Like, none of us should, and to just go do it. But yeah, when you talk about a catalog, I think it's so interesting. The surface level some people put maybe to like the 3 or 4 songs that artists have out, when there's a catalog of 400 songs that people will never hear. I mean, you know that, but that people will never hear. But it's like, there's so much stuff that we do and such little opportunity, I think, to show that sometimes. But Stones was definitely a fun one to just kind of put out there, and everyone would be like, what's happening? Like,
that was great, man. Your voice, you were a lot more intense with, you know, your tone, with everything on it. I mean, that's what was great about it. You know, it wasn't just the song, the lyrical content, but I could just, your whole vibe, your tone and everything was a lot more aggressive and a lot more, you know, going for something that was definitely a stretch out there for you, not stretch for you to do, like it would be hard for you to do, but it was a nice thing to hear you segue into something that, you know, sounded nothing like what you've done in the past. Yeah. And I loved it. You pulled it off. It was great. And I was going, I want to hear this chick do some up-tempo punk kind of crazy thing, man.
This stuff's really fun. I think we're going to do a vocal on the demo that we wrote this last week. And we're going to probably just share some of it on the social media kind of thing. But like you said, with just Stones and the delivery and everything being so different, that is why I chose country music as my genre, was because I don't have to show you every single song what I can do. I don't have to go to those powerhouse notes every single song if the story doesn't call for it. You know what I mean? So all the songs they already have out, they don't have storylines that call for that kind of vocal. You know, they don't. That's not their life. Their life is something different, and that's what I love so much about country music is. There's still a very clear story in Stones, you know, and it might not be so chronological, and it might not have characters, but you just get to become that character. And I love that about just country music. And I love artists like Ashley McBryde that have really put more of a rock emphasis as a female to country music. And things like that, I think, has been a really big outlet for artists like me to just follow along. Just use the trail already blazed, you know?
Yeah. You get inspired. I mean, you know, it's the way it is. And then you just do something of your own, you know, and that's what's great about all kinds of music.
Angel, I have to meet your cat.
Yeah.
You can tease about the cat. Oh, it's got a pumpkin on it.
That's a hairless cat, too. That's a hairless cat, too.
He is. He's hairless.
Do you run into the issues of like the oil around his nails?
Yeah, his nails get pretty built up. But he gets baths every few weeks. He loves his bath time, and it kind of keeps it a little bit in check.
Oh, I want one so bad.
It's so much fun. Crazy fun to hang out with.
Sorry, cat, but I had to do it. I was like, I've seen it like twice, so you have to ask about it.
Yeah, he has a full collection of Halloween costumes, for sure.
That's great. The skeleton one, and then the pumpkin.
Oh yeah,
that's cute.
That's awesome.
Well, you know, Imogen, you always dress up too with their cat, don't you?
Yes, sir, I do.
like a costume collection, or like you're dressed up and the cat's dressed up?
We've matched. I match with him. Yeah.
So I have a barn. I have 2 horses, and my barn isn't finished yet, so I don't have them. But this year I was going to do it. Next year we'll have to do it. I'm doing a blacklight Halloween party, and I'm painting my horses.
Oh, are you painting skeletons on them?
With some glow in the dark.
Pumpkin King, and one of them's going to be like the dog, like the goat.
Wow.
Oh my God, I love you.
I'm so excited.
Next year we'll have to come and when it's Halloween.
Please.
Oh my God, yes.
Then we'll just do the show live from your place.
Everyone's invited.
All right, let's do it. I'm gonna take a shot and say maybe you might have a guitar next to you by chance.
I do.
Oh, imagine that.
And
you have 38 of them.
You didn't ask me. This is my riding guitar.
Very cool. Yeah,
this is
definitely
Betsy.
was going to ask you.
This is Betsy. She is retired from the road because of her horrific dreadnought. It doesn't sound too good in big rooms anymore, but she's amazing.
Awesome.
I wore the crap out of her.
You got the front. We can see what's going on in the front. Is there some buckle rash on the back, or is it cool?
There's actually no. I don't wear necklaces or buckles.
Yeah. Look, isn't that
Oddly
funny?
enough, I apparently just beat up the important part, just the front.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know what it is about me.
Is that pick those fingernails?
Yeah, and it's very soft wood, and there's no pit guard. And I noticed too late, and I was like, "Oh, it looks cool." And then I was
Is that
like,
a Takamine?
Oh,
Is that what that is?
Yes.
Takamine? Yeah.
Do you mind playing for us? Playing a song?
I don't mind at all.
Halloween.
I kind of call this one my spooky one. It was the first song that we released off the album digitally this year. And it's this song called Playing House, which I wrote about 2 friends of mine that I was just kind of watching them from afar, like, I don't know what you're doing. You seem happy, but I don't know what you're doing. And it just kind of came from that place. But I love this song because there's a lot of people that relate to the song that don't want to. And my favorite thing about it is the people that the song is about. As I said, I wrote it maybe close to 5 years ago. Last year, I got to be the maid of honor at the wedding. You know what I mean? Like, they're beautiful, and they're kind, and they've had so many conversations, and they've put in so much work, and like it's gorgeous. So what I love about the song is if you relate to it more than you want to, you just might have some work, coming up or whatever the case may be, but it doesn't mean like that's not your person or anything like that. But anyway, all that to say, I'm gonna do some Playing House for you guys.
Yeah.
Awesome.
The hourglass is cracked and leaking sand. Thought by now I'd have a ring on my hand. 6 years right down the drain. We're still doing the same damn thing. Tell me, should I leave a light on? We've been doing this for so long. Can you tell me where we're going? I can tell which way the wind is blowing. I wanna believe in those sweet things that drip from your mouth. But if those words were water, then boy, I'd be drowning by now. Is this love? Or are we just playing house, playing house. I've been pulling petals off the rose. Felt like I'm putting my whole life on hold. You love me, but not enough. Is it time to give up? Tell me, should I leave a light on? We've been doing this for so long. Can you tell me where we're going? I can tell which way the wind is blowing. I wanna believe in those sweet things that drip from your mouth. If those words were water, then boy, I'd be drowning by now. Is this love, or are we just playing out? should I leave a light on? We've been doing this for so long, so long. Can you tell me where we're going? Cause I can tell it's where the wind is blowing. I wanna believe in those sweet things that drip from your mouth. If those words were water, then boy, I'd be drowning by now. Is this love? Or we just playing house, playing house,
Wow. That was amazing.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, truly was. You know what? As a musician, to see what I know naturally, you know, when I'm playing too, the dynamics of the guitar and the vocals. I mean, that's something that comes across to even people that aren't musicians. But boy, I'll tell you what, man, it was just, that was incredible, man. Just watching your dynamics with that guitar and just the feel into it, and then the dynamics of the vocals. And I mean, it becomes natural after a while, but it's a necessity, man, to be able to really pull you in and draw you back, you know, and it's eventually you're not even thinking about it and you're just doing it. And that's what you just did. It was incredible, really.
I know that looking at songs, and we talked about catalogs earlier, it's just like really picking those songs that you do put out that do get to live in your artistry, you know, for other people and those kinds of stuff. It's, if I ever have to force myself to believe in that story, it's not something that I could perform for the rest of my life. You know what I mean? It's not something that I really have an interest in. And that's a lot of the stuff on this album. A lot of this album came from the last 3 years of writing. So it's like, if I don't play it every time I pick up a guitar, it's not going to be a song that I'm going to cut, just because we've seen those careers where someone's singing the same song for 25, 30 years. And I can't imagine hating that song. You know what I mean? So,
right. Yeah.
I love playing house. It's really one of my favorites. We're very proud of it.
That's incredible.
Awesome. So thank you guys.
Yeah. It was wildly good, man. I'm not just saying that either.
I appreciate it.
You got some good talent there, sister.
Definitely. Allie Colleen, I thank you very much for taking time and joining us on the show today. You're remarkable, and definitely can't wait for your new album to come out on Black Friday.
Yes. Thank you guys very much for making room for me on your platform. I really appreciate it. It was very nice to spend time with all three of you.
You have to come back.
You're kidding? Forget about it. Yeah.
Next year, October 31st, will be at my house.
Yes, we'll be doing our show live from there. Because I'll be in Nashville, because I'm moving to Nashville.
Where you at? Franklin, where you located? Where's the
You'll
bar?
have to email me about it. I won't tell you. Email
Okay.
Me.
All right.
Thank you, Allie.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks,
Good night.
Allie.
Thank you so much.
Take it easy.
Bye-bye.
Incredible. Good Lord.
I think one of the super cool things about the new platform with streaming concerts and live music in such a way, the interactivity and having this new thing is that we can now see the humanity of the performers.
You're right.
On stage, it's a larger than life personification. You're seeing this really glamorized, there's all the stage lights, there's this huge stage, you're looking from the ground up or from the balcony down. There's like a million feet of removal. But being able to interact one-on-one with someone and seeing a brilliant performer in their own home, you're seeing the actual personality. And it's just so refreshing.
The real deal, man. There's no, auto-tune. There's no fix. This is it. This is raw. And these girls, man, they can pull that off.
Yeah. It's also kind of cool.
Great talent. And they're just, they've definitely they're going places for sure. And it's just they're just going to go up and get better and better. And it's going to be great. 5 years down the road, we're going to say we spoke to them when, right?
That's it, man. And they're going to go, I spoke to that guy, Darren Chef, too. No, I'm just kidding.
I know that's the thing I brag about.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, see, you're like, I've co-hosted once with that guy and a porn star, man. It was great. Yeah. She was awesome. I loved her, man. She was.
Oh my gosh. She was so much
fun.
fun.
Man. She was incredible. Anyway,
I wonder if I'm curious if Jasmine still has any of the bobbleheads or the action figures that were made of her, because she was that at that time. It seriously was the golden era of porn, but she was one of the first adult performers to be merchandised in that way, like when toys were made, action figures.
I had no idea. Yeah.
Yeah.
See, we're learning something new here. You know, she didn't take it. What was funny about her that was so interesting is that she didn't take herself all serious like these people. Remember, she was talking about the awards and everything. Like, oh my God, I'd like to thank God, my mother, and my grandmother for best category. I was like, are you kidding? You know, like you're crying over this. You know, that's when I knew, oh, this chick's just too great and too down to earth, man. Regardless of what she might have done, man, she didn't take herself onto that level like these guys. That was one of the funniest.
Absolutely nobody looks at their newborn child, holds their newborn baby, and says, "Dreams of my failure. You will live out my dreams. You will be everything I couldn't. You will be brilliant, and I will support you. And I really hope you get the award for taking 25 dicks." Like,
right, and pretending you loved it. You're gonna get the award. Yeah, that's what was so funny about her. She didn't take herself seriously.
Yeah,
it was crazy, man. You know, and it's made you just love her even more. Just going, oh yeah, whoop-de-doo. What? So what? Yeah.
Yep. Definitely doing more important stuff with her life now that she's a lot more proud of. And one of the charities that Jessica had actually mentioned was Joey's Paw. I heard about that one a little while ago, and that is so cool. Like that she's done the work with them that she has. It's like she's amongst the charities that she supports. There's a couple that are for animals with special needs or like disabilities, where they do have the owners have these unbelievable expenses. And because of the required care, a lot of those animals have a hard time being adopted out and often get put down. So charities like that are so important. And Jessica's work with them and her support of those organizations has been absolutely tremendous. And it's so cool to be able to talk to her and hear the story about Audrey, which is,
right.
Awesome.
Incredible, to be honest with you. Yeah. Threw the whole music thing into a whole nother gear, you know. I mean, it was that enough was just like mind blowing, and then to hear those stories. So there's a lot of people that do that kind of work out there. You just don't know. They're not out there really broadcasting it, you know. But thank God they're out there.
Okay, so Halloween, we are not going to have a show. We're taking a little fall break. We may or may not be on next Wednesday. We're not going to do a show. However, I've got a couple guests that might say, book me. And if we do, it'll definitely be worth to watch. So I'll keep you updated.
Spontaneous,
it is.
Obviously. Okay.
So it'll be the mystery guest. Well, are we going to have a show or are we not? We don't know next Wednesday. But if one of these people confirm, then guess what? Camera's coming on and we're doing a show.
Surprise, Sergeant Carter.
We'll be back a week from Sunday, going into our to take us through the rest of the year for our holidays and our countdown to the holidays. So
awesome.
I'm pretty okay with not having a show on Halloween because I'll be honest, I'm going to be stalking Allie's Instagram page. I'm going to be all over Halloween. I'm going to be taking notes. I live in a haunted house. You've seen little bits of it, but I'm going to be taking notes from Allie, and I'm so impressed with her culmination of all the Jasons.
That's great. Yeah. She had that going on, man. She had that background going on. They both did, though.
Yep. It's her favorite holiday.
Yes. Greatest year.
All right. So I want to thank our guests, Jessica Lynn and Allie Colleen. Frankie McDonald with the weather. Thank you. I am Roger the Wild Child for Darren Sheff and Imogen filling in for the great Deborah Driggs. We'll see you sometime in November. Until then, peace out, everyone.